recording. G'day, legends. It's Jai, that Aussie Metal Guy here with Crannk.com. So today, tonight, wherever you are in the world, I'm joined by Aaron and Tino from A Mice of Men. They're heading back down under this May with Crystal Lake, and after the way the last run went over here, and every run preceding that from Soundwave up until fucking now, I know a lot of fans are going to be absolutely hanging for these shows. It's good to get to chat to you guys about the upcoming tour, where the band is now, and chat about Another Miracle, because that only dropped at the end of last year as well. Aaron, Tino, absolute pleasure to have you both here, guys. How you going?
Hey, likewise, likewise.
You're awesome,
Pleasure to
dude.
be here.
Thank you so much, man. We're pumped. This is
Mate,
sick.
so am I, about three coffees deep, and I have been blasting the fuck out of you guys all morning as well. When you guys found out you were locked in and heading back over here, because this tour was announced probably a month before the fucking album was released. So I know you guys were chomping at the bit to get over here, but what was that like to kind of lock that in and know you guys were heading over here?
Oh, it's always exciting. It's one of our favorite places to play.
Absolutely.
Yep. From the
Yeah, we
outside,
just can't. Yeah, we can't wait.
sorry, you go, Tino.
Oh no, I was just saying, we can't wait, man. We love going over there. We love the people. We love the culture. We love the weather. Yeah, it's fun. We don't get to go over there enough, so it's always such an incredible moment when we do get to get out there.
Yeah, there's something special about the Aussie crowds and the love for Of Mice of Men. It's been there for a long fucking time as well. So it was great when you guys locked this in. From the outside, this band really feels like it's in a strong place right now. This album is an absolute amazing album. When you look at Of Mice and Men as it stands today, does this feel like one of the most locked in versions you guys have got so far?
Oh, totally. And it's funny because it seems like as we get locked in, the world gets gnarlier and crazier for whatever reason. Just seems like every time we're kind of poised to create something, there is something to create something about. No, it's just been awesome. It's been somebody, the last interview we just did asked about how things have changed since, I don't know, our fourth record. And it's like, man, we're we're about to be on our 10th. It's
Yep.
I don't know, it's pretty crazy. It's a whole lot of life. I mean, as we were talking about before the interview, it's like a whole lot of life can happen in such a little amount of time. And then you have a lot of time and you think of all of that life that can happen in there. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, well, I think it was echoes we done had a chat with last time, Aaron. But you guys have definitely a lot more settled in the band. Do you feel that yourselves as well going forward? Because that's a couple of releases since then as well. And they've been great releases, especially with this Another Miracle as well. It just has this really great sound where you guys have really, it sounds like Of Mice of Men, but there's so much growth in there too. Now the dust has settled a little with that release. What do you think that record says about where Mice and Men are at this chapter?
Uh First off, it's very kind of you to say, so thank you. I don't know. I think it sounds cliche and I say it all the time, but it's the truth. Like, we really enjoy the process of making music together. So I think that um and every song or every idea that we work on together, we get better at doing that, but we also get better at working with each other, which makes it even more fun. It's kind of like the less friction there is, the more fun you can have, and the more you can kind of just tinker around till you discover something cool that you like in the song. And it doesn't have to be this like overbearing process of creation from the top down. It's like a lot of it's just sort of tinkering and discovery. And it's the more we do it, the more locked in we get with the process, which makes it more fun because it's more streamlined, which means we can create more, which means we can learn more and refine more. So it's kind of just this um, like reverse entropy system where it's like we're just getting more and more cohesive. But at the same time, I think that's just on the technical side from like where we see ourselves, and maybe from like our ambition standpoint. It's like the more locked in we get with creating, the more we lose focus of all of that stuff. So it's like we can kind of lose track of where we're at, which I think for an artist is like somewhat important, as long as you have a good team around you to like be able to do that and disconnect from the metrics of things. But I
Did you
just answered that for far longer than
No, it's good. It's perfect.
I was like, damn, I've been talking for a long
Dude, that's what we're here for.
No,
We're here
solid,
for listening
dude.
to you
Hell
guys
yeah.
talking. I love it. I love doing interviews where I don't even have to fucking ask fuck all, dude. This is great. This is perfect. Just keep going, dude, because I love this. Tino, I want to come to you on the songwriting side too for this
Sure.
album as well. What was it like? Tell me a little bit about when you bring an idea, a rhythm, or even just the bones of something. What's that process like for you watching it grow into a full of mice and men song where everyone else kind of comes in as well?
Man, it's seriously such a special thing. We've been working together for so long that we kind of all speak the same musical language. So if something excites one of us, the rest will understand why that's exciting and kind of try and bring their own. Everyone kind of brings their own flavor to the table. One song specifically, I brought the bones for "Wake Up," a song that I honestly didn't at the time when I wrote it. I didn't even kind of think it would fit on the album. It was just kind of more of like an emotional, melodic, kind of 90s weird. Like a lot of the album is very barrage metal, like real aggressive. And but you always need the yin to the yang. And I think Aaron really brought a lot into that song when he heard it, and so did the guys with a guitar solo got brought into it, a kick-ass breakdown got brought into it, and that's just kind of the way that songs go for us. You know, everyone brings ideas to the table, and you never know who's going to help finish it or have an idea that kind of sparks another idea, and then the whole song blooms into this beautiful flower that you didn't expect would be that way. And that really is the beauty of music, and working with collaborators and people that you care about too, who speak that similar musical language, because it's almost like we're producing these songs with the four producers. Like we're all our own producers, that we bring this to the team, and the team makes it what Of Mice and Men is. It's not one person individually that is the sound. It's what the four of us can do together. And I think that's something that we didn't know that's how it was working in the early years. And it wasn't until we started communicating more, writing more music, and really developing our chops when it comes to songwriting, working with producers, working with engineers, working with editors, working with all kinds of people, that now that we self-produce, we've been like sponges this whole time, and now we're cleaning our own songs up, we're doing everything, like the process is all of our own, and that's only come through the evolution and trying to task ourselves with challenging ourselves on every album and communicating well and being able to at least try and speak the same musical language. So I think that over time that develops, and that's why Of Mice and Men has been able to last this long, alongside the fact that the fans are listening, they're loving it. But I think we love the music first and foremost because we love creating it together. And there's just something about that you can't fake that.
Yeah.
And the fans know that, and the audience knows that. So when you hear in A Mice and Men album, that shit's real. That's about what we're going through. We did that together. That's our stories that we're sharing with people. And I think that the honesty in the music and the relatability in the music is because we're humans going through the same shit that everyone else goes through. We're just writing songs for it. And to be touring on our 9th album, working on our 10th album, is just an incredible feeling. And it's because of the fans that really do that, and they inspire us to keep it going and keep communicating with each other and keep wanting to elevate our performances and each album to making the best possible Of Mice and Men album at that time. And we just do our best to do that, and we wouldn't put out something that we felt half-assed. Yeah. So you are getting the best Of Mice and Men material ever on our newest material.
Yeah, and you just absolutely smashed it out of the park. You go, Aaron.
Thank you so much.
Oh no, I just said always. Like that's just T nailed it.
Yeah, do you feel you guys
always
like
the process.
having a little bit more control over the sound at the end game to it, doing the production yourself? I feel has kind of from the outside looking in, the quality that's coming out as well just kind of just feels a little bit more locked in and interconnectedness, having a little bit more control over that final sound and doing the producing in-house because you guys have so many years of experience now to be able to do that.
Yeah, and it's part of just the way that we've been doing it is that as we are writing the songs, like traditionally you do pre-pro, like pre-production on a song, take that into a studio, re-record everything, and then that would be your song. What we do is while we're doing pre-production and writing, we're also recording and also working on it, but we might demo out drums and then change them, or we'll record guitars and then decide, oh no, we like this tone better and we'll do it again, like on something else. It's always kind of evolving, but the final product is a direct lineage from like the origination of the song, which for us is always kind of a it's kind of a cool thing to be able to share, because sometimes what can happen is something gets a little bit lost between the demo or pre-production phase and like the recording and then editing and post-production. Like sometimes you lose a little bit of like the magic, and
Yes.
sometimes knowing when not to touch stuff from the demo to the final is another thing too. There's a lot of stuff from the demo that's just awesome, and it's really cool the way that parts will interplay with one another. So it's like just sort of having the ability to make the executive decisions without any sort of arguments about what we're going to keep or get rid of. Not
Yeah,
that that was ever
And
a
thankfully,
problem. It was never a
yeah.
problem in the past, but like now it's really not a problem, and it just lets us sort of follow our compass, our north star.
And we've gotten to work with such incredible producers over the years that we take everything that we've learned on each album, and each album past that utilizes some of those ideas. And specifically um, from the pre-pro to the final, working with Howard Benson. This is a funny story that Aaron reminded me of. We didn't know that you could use the demo takes in the final studio album. We didn't know that you were allowed to do that. And one of the producers that we work with, Howard Benson, was like, "No, it sounds good. Like yeah, it's not. Yeah, we didn't record it with $10,000 microphones, but who cares? It sounds good." And we were like,
He said, "Bounce it
"You
out."
can
And we're like,
you can
"As
use the
what?"
demo." And so it was like it was super interesting to like just absorb as much of that knowledge from the greats, and really we couldn't have done what we do now without learning from them in the early years and doing those records before. So we're definitely like just kind of moving forward using that information and that knowledge and trying to make the best stuff. And we hear their voices in our heads all the time. They're like coaches or teachers or something like that. And not every band utilizes those experiences in that way. It's like, oh, well, we got to go do this and blah, blah. And thank God the album's done because we can't wait to get out of there. And like, while there might be some feelings like that in the mix of it, because it's a lot when you're renting a studio and you're paying for engineers and you're paying for studio staff. There's a huge responsibility when you're the band to let's get it done, get it finished,
Mhm.
like get to the end goal and get out of there because you're spending thousands of dollars a day making an album. Now we get to make that from home and in our home studios, and we're able to kind of like use that information that we've learned from some of the greatest coaches in music, and we implement that into everything we do moving forward. And it's just an incredible gift that they gave us that at the time we might have felt like, damn, we're getting our butts spanked in here. But now we learned what to do and what not to do. And now we can do it for ourselves and question each other and try and develop our music in that way to become better each time.
Yeah, and I absolutely love that analogy of coaches because for sure, definitely the coaches of our world as well, being in music, it's a
Dude, I
perfect
mean, you've
analogy,
like most
dude.
people
Like
have seen the
I heard
movie
that and it was a
Whiplash.
douche.
Yeah, most people have seen the movie Whiplash. Like, we've worked with producers that are like that.
Yeah.
It is not fun. It is difficult. But after and looking at what you were able to achieve through that process is that juice is worth that squeeze. And I think having and overcoming those challenges is another part of what we sing about and what our songs are about. And we've lived it. We've done it. Like it's and we're still doing it. you know, but now we're kind of a little more in control and we can be a little more mellow because we don't have to be aggressively being like, hey, tighten that up. It could be like, is this done? No. Okay. Let's get it done right. You know,
We tend to enjoy the process a little bit more.
Awesome.
Tend to enjoy the process a little bit more. And you did touch on a few points as well. The being heavy, but also having that of mice and men have always had this ability to be heavy, but also have these moments that really it's music that makes you feel is a way I can put it. It's all, you know, it's good to have music that you can just blast away and crank, but there's also music that makes you feel something. And if Mice and Men have always had that ability to play music that makes you feel something and have that connection with the fans and then bring that to the live show as well, because it's always been a huge part of who you guys are as well, the live experience. When you put together a show like this, how do you balance bringing in some of the new material while still giving fans some of the older songs they want to hear as well? Because you've got quite a huge catalog now.
Oh yeah, and there's like always staples that have to go in, like just, you know, we call it like the kind of the Spotify top 10. It's like you should, if you're really wanting to do a service for your fans, that's a pretty good indication of what your fans are listening to the most, you know, on any sort of scale. So it's like, you know, we'll use whatever data, it's funny to say that, but whatever data there is like to look at, and we'll kind of assemble it that way. And then for new songs, it's usually, sucks to say, but a lot of times it's singles or whatever songs are being focused on. We'll usually throw in like one or two kind of just selfish tracks for us, but a lot of times it's to service the audience, you know, it's to give you guys what you want. And a lot of times what you want is what you listen to the most, which seems boring, but it's like, I mean, it's kind of, it makes total sense to me, you know, like give the people what they want, they say. But then we always try and structure it in a way so there's like peaks and valleys and there's moments of reprieve, like the same way that we're all getting older, we recognize a lot of our audiences too. And it's like, dude, we need time to breathe, you know? It's not just a constant barrage of here's just music at you, you know, it's just kind of, I don't know. And that's more exciting too. It's been fun to kind of slow the shows down a little bit because we used to just go for the better part of like, I don't know, an hour and a half. Like at one point we had a set list, Tino, I looked it up. It was like 19 songs. I think we played 18 or 19 songs in Quebec at that one crazy festival
or something like, and it's just impossible now to.
We used to think it felt weird.
Yeah.
When you're on stage, it does. It's really funny. Like you know, people are trying to find, you know, to get weird and esoteric right now. It's like all people right now are talking about time dilation a lot. And it's like, you want to study time dilation? It happens in between songs when you're standing on stage. Time goes so fast because you're on there and you're like, holy shit, boys, it's been like 5 minutes since we've played a song. And then you actually watch the video back and it's been 10 seconds. It seems so rushed. It seems like when you watch it back, it seems so rushed. And in the moment, you're just like, are we ever going to start? Like, what's happening? It's very weird, but that's a good place to look for all the physicists listening.
We've all been stuck in moments of time dilation for sure. Aaron, Tino, absolute pleasure, lads. It's great catching up. Thank you so much for taking the time to have a chat.
My pleasure, man.
Of Mice and Men heading back to Australia this May with Crystal Lake. Everybody get out there and let's sell this fucker out. Last words, shout outs, and thank yous are all on you guys.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys
thank
soon.
you so much. We will see you.
Cheers. Guys.